All right, guys, this one is a little bit different. This U1A2 is called the law of large numbers. So we start off with the Monty Hall problem. This is kind of fun. So a lot of this stuff I'm not going to get into. You're just going to read through it and go through them. It's you doing a lot of experiments, and then I'll get to the crux of the whole thing here. So this is the Monty Hall problem. You click on this, and a simulator comes up, and you click on what happens is there's a prize behind one of these doors, and two of the doors has a goat behind them. And what happens is you choose a door, and when you choose that door, another door will be revealed, and it will then ask you, do you want to stay where you are or switch? Okay, so that's what's going on. So I clicked on a door, and it says, should I stay with the middle door, or should I switch, considering that's that. You go through it. I don't want to give everything away too easily, but that's what the gist of that is. So give me a second here. And take your time with this stuff here. We talk about theoretical probability again. That's what should happen. There's some portfolios. Keep track of what theoretical probability is. But then we get to the crux of this. This unit should really be called, activity, I guess, should be called experimental probability. And that is what does happen. So theoretical is what should happen. Experimental is what does happen. So you watch something, and for example, let's say it's an 80% chance of rain. You go on vacation, you're told it's 80% chance of rain while you're there, theoretically. You go on the website, and it says in May in California, it rains 80% of the time. I'm just making that up. And then you get there, and it rains 2 days out of 2. Well, what percent is that? Well, that's 100%, right? So in the experimental probability is what did happen. In that case, again, you use the same thing as before. The number of successes over the number total. The success in this case is rain, so it would be 2 divided by total, which is 2, which is 100%. So experimental probability is what did happen. And the gist of this whole thing, so you're going to go through this and learn how to do a random number generator and all this stuff, and there's some discussions to be done. There's no assignment, there's no quiz in this unit. There's some neat stuff, though. There it really is. So take your time, go through this, get used to how the games fair works. It's a neat little thing. And then you go back and you do another Monty Hall thing where you involve points. But the gist of the whole thing is this. Over time, when you do enough experiments, if your theoretical probability is correct, theoretical probability is based on what should happen. And if you've done that properly, experimental probability will approach theoretical probability. So if you just randomly roll dice, and you might flip a coin and flip a coin and flip a coin. So for example, if you flip a coin once and you get a tail, and then flip it again and get a tail, and flip it again and get a tail, and flip it again and get a tail, and then do it 100 times and you get a tail 71 times, you might think to yourself, wow, I'm really good at getting tails. But as long as that coin isn't weighted, if you keep going, your experimental probability of 71% will approach the theoretical probability. In this case, the theoretical probability of flipping a tail is 50%. And if you keep going over time, experimental probability will approach theoretical probability. You'll get there, which is kind of strange because each flip itself is independent, right? So one flip doesn't influence the other one, which is true. But what is also true is if you do things enough times and you do enough trials, your experimental will approach theoretical. And that is what we call, hold on, wait for it, the law of large numbers. Okay? And that's it. Okay? There are some discussions. Make sure you include what you're asked to include for the discussions for this unit. Okay? So go ahead and do that. And then after that, we're going to move on to Unit 1, Activity 3. And Unit 1, Activity 4, which ends this unit. They'll take a little bit more time, but get used to, on this one, what are you doing? You're just fully understanding what's going on with the experimental probability, how that works, and I want you to get used to the games fair, okay? So get used to playing with this sort of thing, and also with the simulator here, and watch these 2 videos and figure out how to do this. You're going to need Google Sheets for this, so make sure you have access to that. You can also use Excel if you want to. And then either one works. Okay, take care.